Is Jesus a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek? Did he become the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him? Are we living on the milk of the Word, or are we mature enough in the faith for meat? Let's find out in Hebrews 5. What was a high priest's duties? How did he act for men in relation to God? For every high priest chosen from among men is appointed to act on behalf of men in relation to God, to offer gifts and sacrifices for sins. Why could such a high priest empathize with others? Was he also a weak human being? He's able to deal gently with those who are ignorant and are going astray, since he's also subject to weakness. Because of this, what's his obligation? To offer what sacrifices? For that reason, he's obligated to offer sacrifices for his own sins as well as for those of the people. Could a high priest appoint himself? Was he appointed by God? And no man takes this honor to himself, but he that is called of God, as was Aaron. How does this relate to Jesus? What Old Testament passages refer to Christ in this regard? In this way also Christ did not glorify himself to become a high priest, but he who said to him, "You are my son, today I've begotten you," just as he says also in another passage, "You're a priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek." What did Jesus become the source of? Is that salvation offered to those who have faith alone, without obedience, or for all those who obey him? In the days of his humanity, he offered up both prayers and pleas, with loud crying and tears, to the one able to save him from death, and he was heard because of his devout behavior. Although he was a son, he learned obedience from the things which he suffered. And having been perfected, he became the source of eternal salvation for all those who obey him, being designated by God as high priest according to the order of Melchizedek. Were they, like many Christians, unable to digest solid food, only able to deal with spiritual baby food? What about us? We have much to say about this, but it's hard to make it clear to you because you no longer try to understand. In fact, though by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you the elementary truths of God's Word all over again. You need milk, not solid food. Anyone who lives on milk, being still an infant, is not acquainted with the teaching about righteousness. But solid food is for the mature, who by constant use have trained themselves to distinguish good from evil. Is Jesus a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek? Did he become the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him? Are we living on the milk of the Word, or are we mature enough in the faith for meat? You decide.